As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
White people have it so hard. Culture being the ideas, the art, and social behavior of a certain group of people, and vulture being pretty much anyone who strives to come up off the culture in a disingenuous way or a dishonest way. Same thing. Now, we're not even a minute in, and I already have to make a clarification because people blow this shit out of proportion all the time. Everything is cultural appropriation now. I guess we just can't share anything anymore. If you just consume or indulge in other cultures, no one is getting mad at you, right? A black person eating kung pao chicken isn't offensive. A white person listening to a rap song isn't causing a Twitter riot. Even the suburban kids who live vicariously through their favorite rapper, you know, quoting King Von but gets stuffed in their locker on the regular. That's corny but harmless at the same time. The issue arises when you try profiting off another culture, whether it be financially or socially. Because if that isn't really you, people will sniff that shit out. Elvis undoubtedly created the culture vulture playbook. No, that man is for sure the undisputed GOAT of the culture vultures. Everything that came after him are just different shades of what he did. I mean, yeah, these days they just don't have the killer instinct or clutch gene of prime Elvis Presley. As soon as a struggling black artist released a song that would be their big break, Elvis was on that. Plagiarized that shit. No mercy, zero mercy. Oh, you think this is tight, huh? Well, too bad, because it's mine! Hey, see how I'm paying homage to the ones that paved the way? Now, let's talk hip-hop. Here, culture vulture should be an all-encompassing term, yet it's mostly applied to whites. From Vanilla Ice to Eminem to Jack Harlow to Logic, white people have forever been a part of the hip-hop landscape. And there will always be a huge market for Caucasian rap music, like it or not. So these figures cause friction in the culture every time, and there are several historical reasons for that. Since 65% of you have already clicked off the video, I'm gonna group all of them into two categories, which play the biggest part here. The general lack of trust because of countless years of exploitation and oppression at the hands of the white community. You know, the classic one, pretty much the racial divide starter pack. And number two, the roots of hip-hop culture. Look, say whatever you want. Maybe you think hip-hop means battling MCs in a circle. Maybe you think hip-hop means breaking norms and traditions and not giving a fuck, generally. But the way I look at it, hip-hop culture, since its inception, has always been an outlet for the black experience. With hip-hop, what that community sees, what they think, how they live, is eventually gonna be filtered down into a rap song, a rap album. How it sounds, what it talks about, always mirrors their reality. And even though rap has drastically changed over the years, at its core, it has stayed true to that since its inception. So in a lot of ways, black culture is the inspiration, and hip-hop is the outlet. Wake up! Jesus Christ! With this in mind, it's no surprise white people are often viewed as guests in the house of hip-hop. So how does one become a permanent resident? And how do we recognize a vulture? The white off, the Caucasian clash. Everybody hated Vanilla Ice. Now, nobody cares. When many critically acclaimed black rappers were struggling for exposure, Vanilla Ice managed to become a huge star while completely ripping flows and styles of black rappers. With these dumb raps about girls, cars, and dancing, stupid shit, you know? You didn't have to live through all their struggles, but yet here you come, barging in to reap all the benefits of a culture that isn't even your own to begin with. Vanilla Ice made hip-hop. But he wasn't hip-hop. He wasn't. And that's where the hate came from. If you want to be accepted and respected in this space, you have to live and breathe hip-hop. Now, Eminem is one person that has, from start to finish, unconditionally respected the craft and culture of rap, while staying authentic, for better or worse. And yet, with all of that in mind, he still gets judged and put under question frequently. Tough. See, here's another problem. Bad memory. That means even if you come in the game being authentic and become popular off hip-hop, you're gonna want to stay there. Otherwise, you're gonna raise some eyebrows. It's like, man, this rapping stuff sure is cool, I guess, but now that I'm really on, I'm gonna collab with Ed Sheeran. I'm gonna make a rock album. Because that's what I wanted to do from the start anyway. Don't tell anybody, but pretty much a rock guy, to be honest. That puts your whole authenticity in question. Is this really where your heart lies if you're just gonna change genres at the first opportunity? Here we go. 2 genre hoppers. Mr. White Iverson, Mr. I've been fucking superstars, feeling like a pop star, all the way to Happy Song, featuring Doja Cat. I like you, I do. I'm not a rapper anymore. I want to make country music, real music. How does this look? I know Post Malone is a great guy, but how does this look? And I'm not even saying this is a bad move, because Post Malone has only gotten bigger as his sound has become more pop oriented. And I'm sure the bag is crazy. I mean, every middle-aged mom knows who he is. You don't do that by making SoundCloud rap. What was he supposed to do? His memory was shaky. Was MGK supposed to let his career die out of respect to the hip-hop community? Of course not. The switch to rock music was a smart move on his part. Although it would be pretty cool if he stopped making music. Joking. That would be cool though. Hey, I'm talking shit now, but back in the day before YouTube, I'm not even gonna lie.
This is my confession.
It hurts just to say this. I was a big MGK fan. I was. There it is. I said it. I threw it out there. It's on the internet forever. Hey, I guess 15-year-old me just wanted to relate to that cool white boy rapper character. I actually remember this one time I listened to I really listened to an MGK album front to back. Like no skipping, no sat in my bed, closed my eyes and listened to an MGK album front to back. Can you believe that shit? That's an hour of time I'll never get back. The truth is, you can do anything you want. You're not gonna go to jail for being a vulture, right? But then don't be surprised when you see a big cloud of backlash coming your way. While keeping in mind that the community dishing it out is completely justified in giving you a hard time. That's their right. This is something you have to understand. And Lil Yachty is proof that even artists of color can come under fire for disrespecting their roots. Way too often people flail their arms talking about, oh, so I just can't do anything anymore. Well, sorry for taking inspiration, cancel culture. It's deeper than that. Maybe not for you, but for others it is. You're looking at it from a career and financial perspective, and they are looking at it from a cultural perspective. No one is in the wrong necessarily. It's just 2 completely different points of view. Plus bad memory. I mean, what can you do if you don't remember? There was this moment in time where Adin Ross was coming up with all his boys playing 2K. He had this one intro.
Don't forget to like the video, yeah, bum.
And then I remember he was on top of the world when he started slowly changing his company for Rice Gum, the Mike Dude, all these Logan Paul type people. And all of a sudden his intro changed to this generic ass EDM song. And I was like, oh, I see where this is going. He's forgetting. Yeah, he's slowly forgetting where he came from. And here's the thing, I don't even think he would pull some shit like that purposely. But the point is, the industry makes you forget. This is strongly encouraged. You can come in with the best intentions and all the respect, but then you get to a point where if you just water down a little bit, and you stop doing this one thing and this one other thing, you can tap into this entirely new audience, which is much bigger than the one you have right now. All of a sudden, memory becomes foggy. Oh, did I say audience? Well, I also meant bank account and influence. Yeah, that's what it's all about. If this is where your motivation lies, you'll forget soon enough, and you won't even know what's happening. That's the scary part. But as we gravitate further away from the art and towards the industries that surround it, I think the examples become much less innocent, especially when your profits are directly tied to the pain and suffering of a certain group of people. Coincidentally or not coincidentally, that's still your bread and butter. Adam22 came under scrutiny for this not too long ago. I mean, No Jumper as a rap news outlet does, without question, frequently benefit from black trauma. But so do the people participating in it. I mean, there's a huge market for it. And in today's world, if there's a market for something, people are gonna tap into it. All these gang members / rappers, they know what they're doing. I mean, would it be cool if someone from these communities would profit off of black trauma instead of the white guy? I guess, but that wouldn't change anything. I feel like there's this notion that these white interview guys are the root of this problem. As if without DJ Vlad, there would be peace in the streets. Listen, I would bet all of my possessions right now that if DJ Vlad disappeared today, there would be a new DJ within a couple of weeks supplying the same type of content. There is a high demand for this shit. That seems like a bigger problem to me, or how shitty the circumstances are for a lot of these people. These are the questions we should be delving into. Fuck DJ Vlad. So basically, in conclusion, I'm the least problematic, most morally correct white hip-hop YouTuber. That's what I was trying to say the whole way along. From the gatekeeping to the whitewashing to the exploitation, this is definitely a difficult conversation. And let's be honest, is it kind of ridiculous to expect an idea or an art form to stay entirely within the confines of one community? Today, yes, it kind of is. This is the thing, we have to share. It's inevitable. All that's really expected of you is to be respectful and pay homage. But here's the thing, life is hard, so you can't be too respectful. Because if you're too apologetic like Macklemore, people start treating you like a bitch all of a sudden. That's because you lose that element of authenticity. It's just like you're trying to save face. You don't really care about the cause. So take off the kufi and put that fucking fist down, buddy. You're doing too much. A feel for the space you're moving in is all that's required, which isn't much considering you're claiming it as your own. And just one more thing, don't forget. Don't ever forget. Remember that.